Okay, I think we're up and running. So, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to OneKey's edition of MLS Unlocked. This one is for July 2026. So, thank you all for joining me today. As you know, we do these office meetings in a box once a month. Excuse me, twice a month, actually. I do one. My coworker Abby does another one. So, hopefully, you can tune into either this one or the next one. They are posted on YouTube after this. So, you can take them, you can share them if you're an office manager or a broker. They're great, for staying up to date with what's going on in the MLS. And yeah, they're a good resource just to kind of, you know, stay up to date with what's going on and make sure you're utilizing all the tools we have. So I love doing these. I love getting to interact with you guys. I know Abby also enjoys them. So yeah, welcome everybody. I'm just going to give another like 15, 30 seconds for everyone to hop in. I know we started at 11, so just going to wait and make sure everyone gets there. All right. And any questions you may have while I go through the slides, please drop them in the chat. I'm going to do my best to answer them. Any questions I can't answer, I always do follow up with you after the fact. So I'll just have you drop your email if I can't answer it right there. And I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible with the answer. All right. I think we're good to go. So let's hop into our agenda for the day. So going on right now, one homeowner is here. I spoke about this, I believe, 2 months ago when I had done an office meeting in a box. We had our April or our May series of the MLS Unlocked. We had spoke about one homeowner. I went over some of the key features that it has and how it can help you as an agent, really obtain your value. One homeowner is now live. So from the last time we spoke, one homeowner is live, and it's a great tool. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about how you can use that to really, add your value and keep your value as an agent. We also have a success tip. We do one of these every month. This month is on MLS Touch. So I'm going to go through personal branding in MLS Touch that we have. And our third thing on the day, we're talking market stats. So going to go through a great article that my colleague Avery wrote. She did a great job on that. So we're going to go through that a little bit. Our summer promotion from Rentspree. So Rentspree is a great partner that we have here. They're running a summer promotion for their pro version of Rentspree. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And then we're going to end it off talking a little bit about New York History Month. There's a great guy named Hamid here at OneKey. He wrote a great article. So hopefully you guys enjoy that too. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And in case you didn't know, I am Hamid. So let's jump into the slides. All right, awesome. One homeowner is here. So like I said, this QR code has a bunch of information about one homeowner and can help you get set up. But this right here, this little purple icon, that's what one homeowner looks like in your Clarity dashboard. So anytime you see that, that's one homeowner. So in case you're not familiar with it, one homeowner is a client engagement platform. It's to help you stay connected to your clients like long after closing. So I'm going to give a shout out to Richard Haggerty, all the great things he does. But yesterday we had a great event at LIBOR, and he really kind of honed into the fact that you can have a great experience and you don't think you'll see that client for another 5 or 10 years, but in 2 or 3 years something may happen and they need to get out of their home and get into a new home. So these things unfortunately do happen where you think you're set for 5 or 10 years, 15 years, or this is your forever home, and these things sort of come up and you need to work on the fly. So one homeowner, it really brings value to the agents that way. It allows them to stay connected to them and really get a lot out of their interaction and their relationship they have with the client. This is the one homeowner dashboard. This is the client view of it. All right, so we have this manage home section here. This is really great because you stay top of mind. So if you see here where it says connect with advisors, you'll stay right here. You'll always be top of mind. They can click send email and send you an email. And then you can also give them referrals to, say, electricians, plumbers, landscapers, whatever help they may need. You can always be their sort of go-to. And every client has their own customized hub. So you can have multiple hubs in one homeowner on your side, and your clients will see that. And it just helps them, stay important, stay top of mind. And it really just adds a lot of value for you as an agent. So with one homeowner, we are having a training. Well, we are hosting a training, but Keith from Cotality, I can't say enough good things about him. He is a fantastic trainer. I've learned so much from him. I've been in this space for about 6 months now, and Keith, the value he's brought to me it's like I have no words for it. So he's a fantastic trainer. He's hosting one. It's next Wednesday. Let me just get the right information. Wednesday the 15th at 10 a.m. If you go on our support site, support.onekeymls.com, we have a learning and development calendar there. The link to register is there. It's also in your Matrix dashboard, so you'll see it there on our live event calendar. So please make sure you sign up for that if you have the time. Keith, I have no words to say about him. He is fantastic. So I really, really recommend that. All right, success tip for the month. So boost your professionalism by setting up your branding in MLS Touch. All right, so MLS Touch, if you're not familiar with it, it's our mobile app. It's integrated with OneKey data, so you have access to Matrix, your saved searches, contacts, your listings, etc. So you can kind of have, everything you need on the go with you on this mobile app. So we're talking a little bit about branding at the moment. So as you can see, this is what the MLS Touch app looks like. So when you open it up, it'll say hi. So for me, it'll say hi, Hamid Minat, and then it'll have map search, advanced search, a couple options here that you can use. We're focusing on the branding here. So there is a little icon with your initials on it on the top right next to the mail icon. If you click that, it'll bring you to the configurations, or it'll bring you to general configurations, and you'll click on manage branding. Once you do that, it brings you to the branding center. And from here, you can create your own brand kit. So you can start with the logo. You can upload the logo from your device. When I use this, when I upload the logo, it selected the primary, secondary, and accent colors for me. So it worked for me. I'm not going to say that it works every single time, but if you want, you can always go and just choose your primary, secondary, and your accent colors. You don't need to, upload it and rely on that. So it really, really adds your personal touch to it. You're with your client everywhere they go. It's subtle, but it really does make a difference, because if you open the MLS Touch app, it just has, a generic view as we saw here before. And when you add your personal branding, it'll add your colors to this page right here. And it really it's a small detail, but it makes it really nice. It feels like the client never got away from you, and they never, you're always with them essentially. All right. So moving forward, so we have our market stats for the month. So this article is really, really great. Avery on our team wrote it. It's our regional market report about what's going on in New York, Hudson Valley, Long Island, Nassau County, everything like that. I want you to scan this QR code and read it for yourself. There is a ton of really great information in there that Avery wrote. So this QR code will take you straight to that link. My personal takeaway from this, the New York metro market, it's steady, but story of maybe the year or the years that have been, ongoing, is that it's steady, but it's undersupplied. So most of the places you look, they're undersupplied still. So prices are essentially holding firm, but, buyers are active, but the inventory still seems to be like the biggest issue ongoing with this. But I want you all to scan this and get your own view of it. It's not a super long article, but it has really great information on it. Again, Avery did an awesome job with this, so I highly suggest you give this a read if you have the time. So I'll leave this QR code here for a second, and hopefully you can open up that article. All right. Let's keep moving forward. So Rent Spree. Rent Spree, if you're not familiar with it, it's a online rental application that it provides background checks and credit reports, eviction history, things like that when you're submitting an application. So it's a great tool we have. It's already included in your OneKey subscription. But Rent Spree is offering Rent Spree Pro for the summer. So you have this code here. It's the OneKey Summer Promo. It helps you unlock 3 months of Rent Spree Pro. Rent Spree Pro just has a couple added-on features that you wouldn't have with the regular version of Rent Spree, but free is free. So who doesn't like free, right? Especially here in New York, everything is so expensive. So doesn't hurt, to try it out. Even if you use it once or twice, it's free. So this is something that maybe if Rent Spree wasn't on your radar, using this will help you get it on your radar essentially. So this QR code is here. Please scan it if you are interested in this, and it's a really great tool. We have great trainings from Rent Spree that'll be posted, and yeah, they're great people and a really really helpful tool if this is something you work in, a lot. All right. So July, sorry, not June. July is New York History Month. So I wrote this article about Nassau County, specifically Levittown, and I grew, I didn't grow up here. I grew up in Queens for half my life, and then I spent the last 15 years of my life. No, I'm not 30. So I spent more of my life here than I did than in Queens. But I've seen it change so much from when I first moved here when I was 10 or 11, and just the people I see, the culture I see, that it's so different from when I first moved here, and we're shifting in the right direction. And it's really, really awesome to see Nassau County become so diverse. And, you're able to go 10 minutes down the road and I can get an authentic, meal from a Colombian family or, an Ecuadorian place or, people from Nigeria or wherever it is. There's just so much culture around and it's awesome. That's what New York is. That's, it's a melting pot of cultures and it's really great to see. So I wrote this article about it. If you scan this QR code, it'll take you straight to it. Promise it's not a long read, but I think it's pretty impactful in how we've grown in Nassau County, and it's just cool to see through my eyes because I saw it firsthand. But if you do have a piece of favorite piece of New York history, you can always share it with us. That's the at for our socials. So OneKey MLS. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and X. So please, if you have any New York history, favorite stories or anything, please feel free to share it with us. This month is all about New York history. New York right now is, let's go Knicks. So I'm sure there's at least one Knicks fan in this in this call. If not, then it's me. So there's two of us. But yeah, please check that out if you have the time. All right, so we had a short one today, not too long, but again, just to recap what we had. So one homeowner is here next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Keith is hosting the training. So if you want more information about it, please check that out. Also on our support site, support.onekeymls.com, we have a lot of information about one homeowner there. You can always get some insight there. Our success tips, so please make sure to add your branding to MLS Touch. Small change, but it makes a big difference. You stay with your client no matter where you are. Market stats. So again, shout out to Avery. I think that's the 5th shout out I gave her on this. So, she paid me well. So our market stats are up for the month and, oh, I'm sorry. I just got to close that. So yeah, hopefully you get to check that out and hopefully you get some insight from it. Rent Spree Pro. I see there's a comment about Rent Spree Pro. Oh, so Rent Spree, what is Rent Spree Pro? Great question, Valerie. So from my understanding, Rent Spree Pro essentially just adds, from what I was reading, it adds income statement reports, extended background checks. So it just kind of levels up the regular version of it. That's from my understanding. I will get a full answer for you, Valerie, and get back to you. But yeah, from my understanding, it just kind of elevates the regular experience with that extended background reports, income estimate reports, things like that. So great question. Hopefully I somewhat answered it. But yeah, Rent Spree Pro, leading us on to that. Rent Spree Pro is here for the summer, so 3 months free with that code. Please make sure you take advantage of that. Free is free. Free is good. So, and then New York History Month, just to wrap it up. Yeah, please check out that article if you have the time, and yeah, send us anything you think would be insightful or anything you want to share about New York history. We, no such thing as a bad idea. All right, looking at the chat, there seems to be no other questions. All right, I must have done a bang up job then. So yeah, if there's no other questions, then everyone is cool to head out. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we have another one of these scheduled in 2 weeks from now. That is the 23rd. So the 23rd at 11 a.m. Again, my colleague Abby is going to be hosting it. She's great. And yeah, hopefully we can see you guys again there. We'll have some more updates. Yeah. hopefully everyone has a great day. Thank you all so much.